Hi there everybody, it's UK independent demonstrator Halsey from slimandstylish.com. Thank you for joining me today. Today I have this cute box and it opens and inside it has a card and it also has a box inside that you can pop in any sort of treats and bits and pieces, perhaps some jewellery maybe to gift away. I haven't put anything in and I'm going to apologise on behalf of all of my videos. I have made a few boxes and treat pouches and things like that. I'm not putting anything in them because I'm on a diet. And if I open a pack of something, I eat it. And I do have a huge box at the top of my desk with all of my swaps and chocolates and bits and pieces in. If I take the lid off it and I start playing with them again, I'm going to eat them. So I purposely am not putting anything in any of the treat pouches or boxes because I know I'm going to eat them. Right, so how to make this? I've done this using Night and Navy. I'm going to do another one using Shaded Spruce. This is using the Wrapped in Plaid or Wrapped in Plaid, depending on how you say it, 6x6 paper stock, which is gorgeous. It's got a foil through it. It's so pretty. And I'm also using the Christmas Gleaming and the Brightly Gleaming bundle, should I say, because there's the Christmas Gleaming stamp set, and I'm also going to be using the matching punch for the baubles. So to get started, I'm going to tell you what supplies you need and what sizes. So in your base cardstock, you need 2 lots of it. This one is 11.5 inches by 5 inches. And this one here is 7.25 inches by 7.25 inches. In your DSP, you need 2 lots of it. So you need one that is 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. And another one that is 4.25 inches by 4.25 inches. And then in Whisper White, you need 2 thin bits of Whisper White. One that is 4 3/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches. One that is 4 3/4 inches by 4 3/4 inches. Yes, that's why you need those. 2 that's exactly the same, 4 3/4 inches, and this is the other one that is 4.5 inches by 9 inches. I know in my head what I'm doing. So that's the cardstock that you need before we start. I've also got a scrap piece of Whisper White. I've also got my gold glimmer paper, and that's about it. Let's get going. So I'm just going to grab my scoring tool, which is slightly out of reach as always. There we go. And I'm actually going to start with a bigger piece of cardstock. This is the 11.5 inch sheet by 5 inches, and I'm going to score at 5 inches. I'm going to do a deep score and another one at 5 inches once I've turned it round. So you could do it at 5 inches and 6.5, but I'm doing it at 5, turning it round and 5, just in case my measurements were out, because I'm having a very, very scatty day. Very scatty day. And I'm going to just run around that and score it. And you'll be shocked to know that's really it. It's like a book cover. There we are, done. This one here, this is the 7.25 inch by 7.25 inch. For this one here, you want to run it round at 1 3/8 of an inch. So I'm going to go to 1 3/8 of an inch, score it. I'm going to do it twice. 1 3/8 of an inch. Oh. Told you I'm not having a very, very good day today. I have had an absolute nightmare with everything. If you're listening to a series of videos and I keep saying I'm having a nightmare, it's because I've done them all on the same day, and every single one of them I've done wrong first. So I'm really not having a great day, and even worse, I'm on cooking duty tonight. I can't cook. Well, I can cook. I'm one can cook, won't cook. I have to be in the mood to cook. And I want to use every utensil there is in the kitchen. and I'm a nightmare, so that will be fun. What you want to do on this one is once you've, so I've scored it all the way around at 1 3/4 inches. No, 1 3/8 of an inch. 1 3/8 of an inch, people. Don't start copying me. I've gone wrong. 1 3/8. And you want to cut into it on a windmill cut. So I'm sure you've seen me do this before. Straight up, notch in, notch in again, and then turn it. So instead of having them all go into one side, they're going to go like a windmill, like that, all the way around. So I'm doing toad in the hole for the family tonight. I love toad in the hole, it's my favourite. My brother's away and he normally does most of the cooking. He's very good in the kitchen and he normally doesn't let me in because I'm a disaster. So he doesn't let me play with any of his kitchen utensils or touch anything in his kitchen. So while he's away, the cat will play or the mice will play. I can't remember what the statement is. Mice will play, isn't it? And I'm making things. Now, he doesn't eat sausages. I eat sausages. So I'm very excited about my toad in the hole. Yesterday I made me tuna. That was nice. So I have my windmill cut. So I'm just going to use my sticky strip on there. Oh, I miss fuse. Does anyone still have fuse left? I still have fuse left. So on all my prototypes, I've used fuse. I wouldn't use snail on cardstock because it's just going to pull away. And once you put the effort into actually making it, to use snail and have it pull away on you is just... It's just a shame when you've spent time putting a project together. So it's worth taking the time and using sticky strip and doing it properly. Tombow would work, but that takes even more time because you have to sit there and hold on to it to make sure it's stuck while using wet glue. So go around and remove the strips. I love this project because it's just pretty, but it's simple. It's, yeah, it would take the time to sort of put it together, but it's not taxing, it's not hard, it's an enjoyable project. And I just think it looks good for Christmas presents and things. I mean, you could put anything in that little box that's on the inside. You could put in some jewellery if that's what you wanted to do. You could put in some bath salts or things. You could do it that way. You could put in a notebook. You could make lots of little notelets and put them in. That would work. You're going to make the card for the front. You could make cards to go on the inside. That would work as well, you know. You could put anything in that box, really. It's quite a handy size. So I've got my 1.5 inch punch, my 1.5 circle inch punch, and this is not technical at all. I'm going to go to where I think the middle of the card is. I'm going to make sure it's all the way down on the table, and I'm just going to punch. I'm just going to do that all the way around on every side. So where I think the middle of the card is, middle of the box. I know what I'm talking about. There we go. And then that will sit just there. Now I will mention to you, I put it in the middle. So if I bring this close to you, I put this about 1/2 inch off, so about 1 centimetre or 1/4 inch off the actual score line. You can see in this one where I put it. So it's got a nice rim all the way around it. I like it, I think it makes it look nice. When you close it, it closes with a gap. So you could bring this nearer if you wanted to. I'm not going to. It's sturdy enough to not need to. And I think that just gives it an extra little bit, to be honest. I quite like it being in the middle because when it's opened, I just think it looks right all the way around. But it's really up to you which way you want to do it. So I'm going to stick some sticky strip down. I know I'm leaving that 1/2 inch, well, sorry, centimetre or 1/4 of an inch gap. I know what I'm doing. It's a problem when I work metric and imperial together. I get confused. So I'm just going to stick this down. I was in two minds about using shaded spruce for this one because I love the Night and Navy one. And because the DSP that I'm going to be using with this still has Night and Navy in, I was like, I can get away and do 2 Night and Navies. But at the same time, I was like, don't be lazy. Try a different colour, you might like that. Do you guys ever get stuck into ruts where you've done something and you like it, so you don't want to change it? That's me. You know it works, tried and tested. And Night and Navy is so beautiful. And I've just realised that I've got my Night and Navy ink out. And I'm going to want the shaded spruce. I'll grab that in a minute. It's only above my head, so it's not hard. I'm just going to have to clean my stamps off, which I hadn't done, so I was being lazy. Right, so I'm just going to pop that on. Making sure it's straight. I'm just eyeballing it. There we go. And push that down. I use my bone folder just to go around the corners. I know roughly where I've put the adhesive. So it's like that. And that's what I mean about that gap. And at the moment it does this. So it's flimsy, but as soon as you start putting the decorations on, it thickens up and it's much better. So I'm just going to grab my stamp cleaner and I'm going to just wipe those off. Haven't done a very good job of that at all because my chamois was dry. Oh, there's a wet one. I knew there was a wet one up there because I've just used it. There we go, that's better. Clean. And then shaded spruce, that's there. So that's a bit better than using the Night and Navy. I'll pop that one away before I get confused. So these are the bits and pieces for the inside. I'm going to work on the card first. So I'm just going to grab my scoring tool again while it's still out. This is 9 inches. So you're going to want to go at 4.5 inches and score. Then fold it and burnish it. I had a bone folder when I started. I know I did. There it is. Right, so with the DSP, you want the smaller piece of DSP, which is just going to fit quite nicely onto there. Stick that down. How gorgeous is this plaid? I love it. I call it tartan though. I don't know whether it's the correct word, tartan, but I always think of tartan when I'm like that. And this is going to stick in there once it's decorated. Okay, so just keep that to the side. That's your card. Then you want one of these squares and you're going to be putting this one on top of it as well. And that will be for the top panel. So beautiful. I don't think it would be the pattern would be nice if it hadn't got that foil through. I think that foil makes it. I really do. So I'm going to stick some sticky strip along the middle of this and I'll show you why in a minute. But I'm going to stick it all the way along the middle. Like that. And I'm going to grab, this is the reversible ribbon from the Pretty Peacock suite, and I want the greeny shimmer rather than the bluey shimmer to be on the outside. So I'm going to put the bluey shimmer up so that when you flip that over you've got the greeny shimmer for your box, and I'm just going to put a load more Tombow on there. And I'm going to pop that onto the top of the box. Like that. I'm going to do the exact same thing with this bit. So So I'm going to pop some sticky strip on it in the middle. I say in the middle, I'm totally eyeballing it. I'm not even using my grid paper. So I've just got two. I did have one long piece of this ribbon. I've now what have I now? Oh yeah, so I've just cut it in half, so I've actually got two sort of strips that are about 14 inches. And I'm going to do exactly the same, where I'm going to put the greeny side down so it's on the outside. And I'm just going to Tombow that on again. And this is going to go on the bottom. Like that. This is quite good because it does make the box sturdier. It makes it a lot thicker having this on it. And there we go. That's pretty much the box done. Oh, my sticky strip's coming off. I know what I'm going to do. While I'm doing the card and the front panels, I'm just going to pop on my library clips to make sure they stick. I think this corner's okay, but I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm just going to pop that off to the side. So for the front panel and for my card in the middle, I'm going to want my scrap piece of Whisper White and my stamps. I'm using, from the set, I'm using the Merry Christmas that's here, and I'm using this one here. Normally I'm using this one, but today I'm going to use this one. I feel it's a bit more plaid-y, and I'm using it with Shaded Spruce. And I want two of these. 1, 2. And I want two of these. 1, 2. I love this one, by the way. I love how it goes around the outside, so it's the inside that's nice and clear. And it's a really crisp stamp, so I do like that one. Just going to punch it out. And these ones here I'm going to cut. I'm not going to cut all the way to the colour. I'm going to leave a slight overlap of white on there. Only slight. Kind of like that. And that's all the stamping done. 2 seconds worth of stamping. It's unlike me. I normally like to make things more complicated than they should be, really, but there we go. So the card for the inside is going to have the bauble on, and it's going to have the Merry Christmas. I also put some ribbon on it previously. So once I tied this in a bow, I was able to see how long I wanted the ribbon, and I cut a bit off and popped it on the bottom. So I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. And I'm going to use the punch on my glimmer paper. I'm just going to... Always seems harder to punch glimmer paper than normal paper, I find. So I'm just going to tidy that up. There. Where did I put my box? Take these off now, it'll be stuck. Yeah, I quite like it in the Shaded Spruce as well, I'm not going to lie. This one here I want flat on the box, so I'm going to put some tumble on that. That all balled up there, otherwise it will splidge out. There we are. Okay, and I'm just going to cut a length off that one and off that one, about the same length, so I can do this card. There we go. Some sticky strip. Just going to stick those tails off there. I've got some dimensionals. I think I did some dimensionals up. There we are, I did. There we go. And my Merry Christmas, I'm just going to snip off the side of the dimensionals here where you get the half dimensionals. Because this is only a thin little banner and it only really needs half a dimensional. And the half is going to be on the Christmas side. I'm just going to pop some Tombow on the other side. And there's my card. Isn't that cute? It's so simple. It took seconds. You could just do those as normal cards. And then over here, you can do exactly the same. Put that half a dimensional onto here where it says Christmas. Pop this one up. Pop that onto there. With this one, I'm just going to stick some sticky strip on the back. And stick it into the box. About there. So there's your card. You can shut your box. And again, it's now really robust. It's not like it was before. So that card does make it go really hard once you put it in. And then yes, you've got your hole in there, but I think it just looks better when you open it that it's in the middle. I just like that. It makes it tidy for me. Tie your bow up nicely. Saying nicely because I realised I was making a mess of it. Bows work for me off camera. If you ever notice when I start these projects, I have a really nice bow on the side, and then when I film them, the bow looks terrible. It's because bows don't work for me on camera. And that's the box. Isn't that simple? What would you put in it? As a question, what would you put in it? Thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. See you soon. Bye.